Episode 25, Sea Monkey Nukes. I was nursing a cup of coffee so cold it could have passed for melted glacier water when the call came in. Vandalism downtown. Porta-pottys tipped over like bowling pins. Graffiti sprayed on the plaza fountain reading, "Suck it, humans." And donut tracks carved into the lawn like crop circles done by drunks. The dispatcher sounded rattled. I asked if she'd been sipping antifreeze again. She said no, just tap water from Watsonville. Same difference. I took a drag off my Pall Mall. Of course, I don't inhale. Never have. But I keep one burning anyway. Gives my hands something to do besides shaking. Makes me look official, like a man who lost a disability claim for coffee cup dependency. Yeah, I'm still bitter. Goes well with this coffee. I headed downtown. The smell hit me first. Sulfur and shrimp cocktail left out in the sun. The plaza was torn up. Porta-potties overturned, their contents leaking into flower beds. The graffiti dripped a fluorescent pink under the streetlights, glowing like radioactive cotton candy. People were whispering. They looked shaken, paranoid, muttering about shadows that moved wrong. Eyes they saw blinking at them from alleyways. Some said it was a possum walking upright. Others said it was a hairless child. Others just cried and asked me if I believed in sea monkeys. I told them I believe in coffee. They didn't laugh. Typical Watsonville Tuesday. But the calls didn't stop. Reports came in from Pajaro Dunes. Vandalism on lifeguard towers. Donuts carved into the sand between condos. Beach rental carts found abandoned, seats still warm. And graffiti, always the same. Suck it, humans. At first I figured it was kids. Some roving TikTok gang making chaos for likes. Then someone said they saw something. Small, wet, moving too fast for its size. I asked what it was. They just shivered and said, "Not human." I flicked ash off my cigarette and took another sip of my coffee. Burned my tongue anyway. Cold coffee always finds a way to burn you, like life, like love, like unfiltered Pall Malls at 3 a.m. I walked around the plaza for a while, staring at the fluorescent graffiti glowing under the streetlights. Suck it, humans. I wondered if it was a message or a philosophy. I thought about my ex-wife. Same message, different handwriting. I headed down to the Watsonville water treatment plant. Funny place, that plant. Ever since it opened, folks in town been acting squirrely, suspicious. Seeing things that weren't there, hearing voices in the pipes at night. Some say it hums louder on Thursdays. Some say it's alive. I don't know about any of that, but I do know it smelled like eggs rotting in a junkyard furnace. And that's being polite. I stepped inside. The place hummed like a radioactive beehive. A lab coat stumbled out from behind a containment chamber. Half his eyebrow was missing, and he smelled like fear and iodine. He tried to stop me. Told me the truth. The water treatment plant isn't. It's a nuclear reactor. Built for unknown purposes. Yeah, unknown. Like whatever's floating in my coffee right now. He said their wastewater had been activating molecular structures downstream. I asked what that meant. He just shook his head and whispered, "Pray you never find out." I don't pray much these days. I just drink my coffee, light another Pall Mall, and keep walking. I stepped back out into the night. The moon hung over Watsonville like a cheap bulb in a prison cell. The streets were empty, except for a stray dog sniffing around a tipped porta-potty. Even it seemed nervous. The trail led to the Pajaro River. The smell hit me again. Sulfur and shrimp cocktail. The moonlight cut across the water in silvery streaks. At first, it looked empty, quiet. Just the sound of frogs croaking and the distant hum of the plant behind me. Then I saw the ripple in the reeds. Something shifted under the muddy surface. Eyes blinked, glowing, greenish, unblinking. It stared at me for a moment. Didn't move, just watched. Then, with a slosh and a splash, it disappeared under the current, leaving only a swirl of mud and a faint scent of brine behind. I stood there for a while, holding my cigarette, letting the smoke curl around my head like a halo of bad decisions. I thought about that creature, whatever it was. Maybe just some oversized shrimp mutated by wastewater dumped from that secret reactor. Or maybe a sea monkey, like the ones in those old magazine ads. Only this one wasn't smiling in a plastic aquarium. It was out here, angry, alone, and radioactive. I lit another Pall Mall, didn't inhale, just held it there, thinking about nuclear shrimp cocktails, graffiti that reads, "Suck it, humans," and coffee so cold I wondered if death served it. The people of Watsonville will keep whispering about shadows and monsters. Me? I'll keep drinking my coffee. Cold, bitter, like everything else in this town. And as I stood there by the river, the moon high over the plaza, a little poem came to mind. Something to mark an end of my day like this. It rose from toxic nuclear streams. It shattered Watsonville's small-town dreams. Now it sleeps where the cold mud steams. Moss grows silent on a sleeping shoe. Until next time, Detective Billy Armi.